I was born in the inner city of Atlanta, Georgia. I was born in a blacks only hospital. And there's nothing about Black Lives Matter that addresses the issues in the black community today. All you've got to do is go and read their website and see exactly what they stand for, exactly what they talk about. The number one issue in the black community is fatherlessness. But when you go to Black Lives Matter's website, the very first thing that they say they're against is the traditional nuclear family. And then they start talking about all that other crazy stuff that has nothing to do with better education opportunities in the urban centers. Nothing to do with better economic opportunities in the urban centers. Nothing to do with helping out historic black colleges and universities. I have not seen Black Lives Matter go to Chicago. I have not seen them get upset about all of these small black children that are being gunned down. 1 year old, 8, 9 years of age. But yet they want to show up and start talking about we're here to tear down statues. I don't know about you guys, but I have yet to meet a Confederate general that has offended me. Know what I'm saying? History is not there for you to like or dislike. History is there for you to learn from. And the reason why the Democrat Party is out there tearing down statues and destroying history, because the greatest purveyors of systemic racism in the United States of America, it ain't the Republican Party. Our Republican Party of Texas was founded on Independence Day of 1867 by 150 black men in the Houston area. The other guys, when black men were creating the Republican Party of Texas, they were creating the Ku Klux Klan to keep black Republicans from holding office and voting Republican, right, Chad? So what we need to do is get them to understand we're not going to allow the rule of the mob. Every single time you see any of these Democrats, any of these friends of yours that are progressive socialists, you need to ask them that simple question. Do you stand for the rule of law or the rule of the mob? You got to convict them. You got to challenge them. You got to make sure that what we have here in Texas, the Lone Star State that illuminates the other 49, that we hold on to it for those future generations. That's your challenge. They want to abolish ICE. What's the purpose of ICE? It's to keep criminal and illegal immigrants off of our streets. Think about people, gangs like MS-13. They want them to run rampant. Think about the fact that we live in the state of Texas, where the #1 state for human and sex trafficking. The #1 city and the #1 state for human and sex trafficking is Houston. The #2 city is Dallas. And they want to have a porous border. They want to defund our police. What happened in Austin, Texas should not be happening in the United States of America. It should not be happening in the capital of Texas, where they are taking $150 million from our law enforcement agents, and they're going to give it over to social services. How's it going to work out when you're getting assaulted, when you're getting robbed, and you pick up a phone and call 911, his friendly local social services agent is on the other side? We can't have that happening here in Texas. And you know the other thing that they want? They want to disarm you. In March in Dallas, Joe Biden stood up next to that guy by the name of Robert Francis O'Rourke. If I ever hear y'all call him by that fake Hispanic name, I will kick you into you know what. That guy's about Hispanic as I am Norwegian, and my name ain't Swin or Sven, whatever they call it, okay? But this is what you have to understand. If they abolish ICE, if they defund and get rid of the police, if they do as Kamala Harris, now their confirmed nominee, said that she will do, she will use executive orders to get rid of the Second Amendment. Michael Bloomberg is dumping $10 million in the state of Texas to flip our Texas State House by running anti-Second Amendment candidates.
Come take it.
No ICE, no police, no guns. Where's the rule of law? Because they're going to turn it over to the rule of the mob. Biden said when he was here in March in Dallas, he turned over to Robert Francis O'Rourke and he said, I'm going to put this man in charge of my gun problem. In the United States of America, on April the 19th of 1775, when the British were marching inland toward Concord, Massachusetts, patriots came out of their homes. Patriots came out of places like this right here, Marty B's, out of taverns. And they stood on Lexington Green and they fired a shot. And they fired the shot that said, we understand that as long as we are armed, we are citizens. Because if we are disarmed, we are subjects. And in the great state of Texas, we are not going to be subjects. We are going to be citizens.